We're live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 529. You already know who we are, and today we've got an episode for you. Give me a moment while I add this to my list. I've done it. All right, welcome to the show. Yeah, so today we just got some info on Season 4 Reloaded. Yay. That we will be covering. A couple other little things to get into, but not too much other than that. So keep that inside of your minds. As far as announcements go, we did just do a Patreon episode for all of our patrons, and it was on the considerable World Series of Warzone drama, issues, problems.
Yeah, good stuff.
Incompetence of the devs, etc. It was fun. You can go listen to it. We might talk a little bit about it today, but not really. But basically, yeah, it was just a complete disaster. So we ran all that down. It was pretty funny. And yeah, you can go listen live, not live. It's recorded. You get it. And then, yeah, we have some more Patreon eps coming for you guys this month. 2 more, I believe.
Nope.
Again, one more for all of our patrons.
God, I hope it's not 2 more.
I think it is.
If it is, it's not.
I think it is 2 more, but anyway.
Hope that helps.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway. No, we're good. It's 1 more.
What was our other one?
We just yapped, I think. It was, let's see, what does it say? Cod Pod and Assorted Tomfoolery. I actually don't remember what we talked about. That's what you had it titled.
That's funny. Okay, that's good stuff. All right, well, 1 more then. Whatever. You guys will figure it the fuck out. And also, we have to do this hang out tomorrow. All right, now,
oh, shit,
patch notes. Changes already in effect. So, first of all, we'll go through the patch notes, changes that have already happened. So here we go. Warzone Season 4.
There it is.
Latest patch. Oh, it's Friday, June 6th. Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, I feel like we've done this the last 2 Thursdays and there haven't been any patch notes, which would line up because there hasn't been a patch.
The math seems to check out on that. Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Is this like the longest we've gone without any sort of update to patch notes since Warzone released? I mean, that's 20 full days.
Probably
have we ever gone
not.
that long? I mean, they do a lot of useless updates where it'd be like 2 bug fixes that don't matter, but this might be the longest they've gone without doing a small patch and putting it in the patch notes.
It's certainly possible. Yeah.
It's up there.
It's certainly fucking possible. I don't know, but maybe.
At least in recent
It's definitely up there. Yeah, it's definitely up there. Because, yeah, we've gone longer without, like, real changes, obviously. But like literally none at all. Who knows? And keep in mind though, I'm on the official Call of Duty website clicking on a URL.
Yeah, so they probably put out 5 patches since.
So there may be patches for this URL for you, but not me. Because the website doesn't make sense, as we went over. 2 people can click the same URL and different things will be on it at the same time. So that's another thing to keep in your mind. Great stuff. All right, so now we'll get into the meat and also the potatoes of today's episode. Season 4 fucking reloaded. Full ass debriefing is what it says. This was just put out like mere moments ago. And there's a lot of big and intimidating words. So we're going to go through the details here. So a lot of this is lore bullshit, and I don't care. And then there's a little summary.
It's horrific stuff, yeah.
And now we have multiplayer maps. So Fringe is a remaster, and it's 6s medium-sized. This map, I guess, was originally on BO6? Oh! Wait,
This is BO6.
this is BO6.
You were thinking BO4.
I was thinking BO4. And then it looked like another different map. What? Okay. First seen in BO3. Okay. I thought this was a map. Fuck. There's a map I remember. When did it come out? It was like, I almost want to say, not Vanguard. Cold War even? I don't know, dude. There was a cool map that I liked once.
What game came first,
So
Vanguard or Cold War?
helps.
That's the question.
I
Nobody
know
knows,
the answer.
man.
So,
Yeah. And I know what Fringe is, and I'm excited to play it again because I know exactly what this map is. And I had a lot of good memories.
dude,
on
what
it.
game was that, man? I can't even give you guys hints, but there was like a cool map that happened. It might have been in one of the betas. I want to say Vanguard beta, and it like vaguely looked kind of like this. And there was like a little central like a roundabout with like a statue or a fountain in the middle, and then there were like buildings around. It was fairly rectangular.
Buildings rectangular. That's a
you'd
map.
get
He's definitely not talking
wall-banged a
about
lot.
slums. He knows slums very well. That's one
I'm
map
of
he
course
knows.
not talking about slums. Yeah, it was it was pretty small. It was like this size.
It was a
And
map.
it kind of
fairly
reminded
small,
me of it.
Like a COD-sized multiplayer
I mean,
map.
yeah, exactly. No one
it
will
doesn't
be able to
matter.
help me, so it doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter. And I
Anyway,
don't know what this map is, but it looks cool from this.
it looks pretty good actually. Yeah,
I'll never play it, but it looks cool.
Yeah, never played BO3. So yeah, so you guys have fun. Next is Eclipse, which is brand new, and it's a strike 6s and 2s map, and it looks awful. I hate it.
It looks
I'm a
terrible.
hater of
Looks like
how it
there'll be
looks.
a lot of head glitch spots. Looks like it's just a head glitch battle. Yeah.
Looks like a fuck ass map.
It's everywhere. There are like little steps, and it looks bad.
Yeah. So anyway, all the strike.
Oh,
yeah.
it's an underground
whatever.
nightclub in Avalon.
Yeah, and it's like the color looks awful. Like even in the screenshot, the visibility on these people is not great because it's dark with like neon lights. Like, okay, dude, looks like some dev's goon
It's
cave
horrific stuff.
made into a map. Yeah. So anyway, and then also we're getting to cell shaded map variants. I liked this. I don't remember when this first happened. I want to say MW3 is when we first saw this shit.
Yeah.
And it looks cool. It doesn't matter really, but it's like, oh, that's cool.
People get super into cell shaded, so hope you guys love it because that's all they've worked on for this seasonal mid-season update. So enjoy it because that's all they did.
Mm-hmm. And then some party LTM bullshit. Party
It
ops.
is cool looking, but it's fine.
I mean, yeah, who cares?
Got terrible skins for those party ops. What the fuck are those? Yeah, bring back Milsim skins only. Actually,
Wow,
That's where I'm
you're
at.
doing it, huh?
Yeah.
You're deleting your web skin, huh?
That looks so fucking dumb. Yikes.
The Triceratops is the stupidest one there, I think. I'm a
No,
huge
that
hater
bitch on
of
the
that.
right is terrible. Whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I
Is
have
that
no
from
idea.
is that some like movie collab or is that just some bullshit?
I'd be the guy
You're thinking
to
of
ask.
Standoff. You're thinking of
So-
Standoff. Sage is right. You're thinking of the map Standoff. That's what I was thinking in my head, but I didn't know the name. And I didn't want to
Standoff.
embarrass myself
That's
because
from
it's
like,
a very well-known map.
yeah, no, it's not. It's like
No, but it
it's-
was redone recently in one of the games, and I know what game it was. I think it was in Cold War. So we had Standoff.
Let me look up Standoff.
Is it the one where we had the Warzone
No,
Gulag mini
it's not
version?
Standoff. No, it's not Standoff. I just looked it
Okay.
up. I know it's Standoff.
Because that
yeah.
seems okay. Because that's what I thought when I saw the map as Standoff.
It's like that's why I'm having trouble because it wasn't like a popular map, but it was in a beta, and I want to say it was like Vanguard.
Didn't ask.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Zombie Season 4 Reloaded. Decoy from Vanguard. Let's look up that.
Let's take a peek.
Is that the map with all the wood that you can shoot through? I mean, if that is what he's thinking of, which is crazy because that
Maps of the
doesn't remind
beta.
me at
Let's
all
see.
of that. It's Decoy. It's Vanguard Decoy. There's the
The
roundabout in the
Vutu.
middle. There are houses. Yeah.
It's not Red Star.
It's decoy.
It's not Eagle's
Again,
Nest.
It's decoy. Hope that helps. For the 10th time, it's decoy.
Okay, well, let me see. Decoy map Vanguard. This is just bugging me now, so now it's
Decoy.
We're just figuring
That's what you're
it out.
talking about.
Let me see here.
Because that was a beta map.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure this is
I don't see it whatsoever. Got it, though. Glad we figured that out, man.
I'm pretty sure it's decoy, yeah.
It's decoy. That's what you're thinking of. That's exactly what you're explaining. Yeah.
Was that a remake? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah. Yeah. That was a good map. I remember liking it anyway. I don't know if it was good actually, but I remember thinking it was cool. So, yeah.
It was a beta map. So the thing is, you play it for like 20 hours straight during the beta, and then once the full game releases, you hate it because you're already sick of it. But it was a decent map.
Yeah.
Zombies content.
Anyway, zombies. Season 4 Reloaded content. So we're getting cell-shaded zombies maps. Okay. And then some LTMs and leaderboard events. Wow.
Really? Become the king of the dead in a new way to battle to the top in zombies? Whoa. Nice. A leaderboard for killing AI zombies? Nice, man. You gonna grind for it, bud?
I could, yeah. I don't know. That's kind of cool.
Yes,
if zombies mains were not elitist enough, now they have a leaderboard to really get elitist. Which is going to be funny because everyone who thinks they're the best zombies player ever will not even be close to the top of this leaderboard. I don't know what the criteria is for the leaderboard, by the way. We're about to find out, I guess. And then they won't even be able to flex that. So a lot of them actually might be mad, but let's see. Anyway, they're updating the Good Grief game mode, which did sound like it could be fun. Here's an LTM. You can see the cell-shaded shit. The cell-shaded stuff looks cool, dude. I like it. Because it looks like this screenshot in-game, which is weird. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't think it's trippy. Possible.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah. Is Beavis and Butthead cool? I mean, I don't know. By the way...
I thought it was funny when I was like 12. I don't know if I would now.
Well, that's the thing, right? Beavis and Butthead, Zoomers don't know who that is.
Oh, they've never fucking heard of it. It was barely popular for people our age. Most people our age, I don't think even know what Beavis and Butthead was. Yeah.
Yeah. Like by the time, like even I had seen some Beavis and Butthead, but it wasn't really popular by the time we would have watched it. Meaning they are marketing to 40-year-olds.
Yeah, and it's going to work. They're going to spend their money on Beavis and Butthead.
And it's going to work.
Casual resurgence. Because
they are casual resurgence, which we'll get into, casual BR players. And they're the ones that are the majority of the player base, it turns out, and the ones who spend all the money, because they have the money. So they make Beavis and Butthead shit. So anyway, we'll maybe talk about that a little bit. But regardless, lot of details that I just super don't care about zombies. I do want to see what this leaderboard is, though. Here we go. Rack up points, climb the leaderboard, outslay the comp. During the event, your elims count for more than simply longevity. Oh, okay. So you just get eliminations to earn leaderboard points.
Got it.
Okay, yeah, so never, yeah. I mean, obviously, what else could it be?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an LTM. It's not like a permanent leaderboard. But there's like end of event rewards you get based on where you rank on the leaderboard. So that's interesting. But yeah, whatever. Okay, now Warzone. So we're going to get into a little more detail here.
Warzone.
Care package incoming. Okay. So now instead of just in Clash, care package is coming to other game modes. And a lot of this, by the way, we already knew from the season 4 blog post where they said a bunch of this shit was coming at Reloaded. They're kind of just confirming that's the case. Care package is one such thing. And it has a chance of including Specialist. And the following, the door barricade field upgrade. So that was only in Clash. It is now coming to regular AST BR. And the hand cannon, they say. But again, what's interesting about that is I've been seeing hand cannons on Warzone streams for at least the last 2 weeks. So, not playing Clash, by the way.
Yeah.
But also. So, I mean, okay. Like, not a huge deal, but it's just, yeah, anyway. The Search and Destroy contract.
Too, by the way.
Say again?
I've seen the ray gun in Warzone too, by the way. It's not supposed to be there.
Oh, yeah.
The game sucks.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's no new wonder weapon. So luckily, we won't see that in Warzone. Wait. Yeah, I don't think there's a new wonder weapon, so it may or may not be in Warzone, excuse me. Okay, so we're getting that. Search and Destroy contract is coming to BR and all that as well. So you plant a bomb on a buy station and defend it. And then other squads can attempt to defuse it, and they earn a fire sale. Whoever's successful. I like this a lot in concept as a contract. This is a really cool contract idea. Because anything that kind of like has high risk reward, I think is really cool. And particularly those things that will encourage gunfighting, which this could. So, you know, if I'm like trying to get a bunch of kills or I'm on a heater or whatever, and I see some fuck ass team planting a bomb on a buy station, easily go over there, kill them, you get a fire sale. Dope. Or likewise, if I'm down bad and it's like, all right, fuck it, this is our last stand. This buy station is now the Alamo. We're holding this bitch down because we have no money, no bitches, no teammates. And if you can get it off, boom, fire sale.
There it
That's
is.
a second dog barking loudly. I'm gonna go beat her ass now too. Sadie.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's coming back. Okay, new gameplay content. This I read and I was like, huh. So the more resources at your disposal, the better. Gear up faster with assistance from the new Loot Master perk. So there's a new perk. It's called Loot Master. Available in Resurgence and Plunder. Okay, so it's not available in BR. Interesting. Get more loot from supply caches. Simple and very effective. Found as ground loot in Resurgence and Plunder.
Oh.
This spawns additional items and gives a higher chance to find tacticals and lethals, cache, field upgrades, kill streaks, and other high tier gear. Okay, I'm fine with that if it's in Resurgence and Plunder. I was like, this is just kind of dumb. So you RNG loot and perk that then will give you RNG more loot. It sounds kind of cringe, but since it's just Resurgence and Plunder, that's fine. This I think would be kind of stupid if it were to come to BR.
It's
And it will.
It will at some point, yeah. I agree. Since you can't take it, well, if you were allowed to like put it in your own loadout, it would be a retarded perk to run, so it wouldn't really matter. And no one would use it. If you have it as loot only, like a lootable only perk, which is what it sounds like. It's like ground loot only. And we've had those for all of the integration, actually. I mean, why? It's fine. Like, this doesn't ruin the game. Unless it's super busted OP and you can get loadout really fast, but then you'd have to find it right away, which is very unlikely. So it's just like, what does this add, really? Nothing. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's dumb. It's just one of the many things Activision loves to do, where they implement a feature, and just by virtue of how the feature itself functions, the best case scenario is that it doesn't matter at all, and the worst case scenario is that it actively harms the game. Therefore, why implement it at all? Because there's no upside with only downside, on top of the downside of wasted dev time where they could have been doing something else that people would care about. But maybe BR casual players love Loot Master. Because again, I don't know anything.
Yeah, it'll be the most
nothing,
picked perk if you could use it in your custom loadout. Yeah.
So moving on from that, Cell Shaded Rebirth Island. And again, looking at the screenshot, it will look like this in game, as unbelievable as that sounds, and that is fucking cool. This looks dope. I'm a lover of this. I do wonder, though, how this would impact performance potentially. Could make it perform worse, could also make it perform better. I don't really know. Because, like, we had cel-shaded, like, shipment, for example. Who cares? If that gives you a performance hit, it's fucking shipment. You're going to be at 8,000 frames anyway. But on Rebirth, it's like a bigger map. If you're already struggling and this fucks you more, that's going to be kind of unfortunate. Unless you can opt out of it, though. Which you might be able to. So, no. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal regardless. Yeah. Looks pretty cool, but...
I wonder if it affects performance. I didn't really think about that. Yeah. Huh. I'll have to wait and see.
Indeed we will. I'll run some benchmarks for you guys. I won't. Anyway, new modes. Havoc Royale is a new LTM coming. It's quads, 44 players, 15-minute matches. And this is one of the modifiers LTMs. So it's basically the high time LTM or any other variant that we've had by a different name dozens of times over the years, which is fine, but it's not really a new LTM.
Oh, yep. Yeah,
you run around, you pick up
cranked
power-ups, you get an active camo and an overshield.
Those are actually fun.
I'm Master Chief, and there you go. So that'll be coming, I guess, and that's cool, whatever.
And it's on specific areas of Verdansk. So it's like downtown, airport, or train station. So it won't be on Rebirth. It'll be on big map, just different areas.
Yeah. So there you
probably
go.
Fun.
Yeah, it's probably a good time. You know what they're going to need to do, by the way, is BR LTM casuals. So Havoc Royale casual.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the AI can get charge jump and then not move or use it. And then you can also get it and feel cool. So that's a real downside. But now this is the big one. And I called it. Months and months ago. Not really. Weeks and weeks ago, maybe. Resurgence casual. It's coming. Because I don't remember them saying this was coming in the Season 4 blog post, where they said, like, Barricade was coming mid-season for BR or whatever. I don't recall them ever saying Resurgence Casual was coming. Doesn't really matter if they did or not. But anyway, it's now here. So it's 44 players and bots. That's... Okay, that's kind of... Hold on, let's keep reading. Okay, yeah, it just doesn't say.
What do you mean? What are you curious about? Like how many bots?
Yeah, how many real players and versus how many bots? Yeah, because it's 44 operators, but I don't know how many would be real players or not.
What is casual Verdansk? It's 150 and it's like 120 are bots, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
So
like
my guess is out of the 44, I bet like 30 to 34 are bots.
What's 20% of 44?
The number.
Like 11?
It's around 10 humans is what I'm guessing. So.
Wait, no, 20% would be... Yeah, it's around 10, yeah. So yeah, it'd be like 10 human beings, yeah. I also wonder what...
I wonder if that'll be more popular than Big Map Casual.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's what they say about it. The casual experience comes to Resurgence in the mid-season, mixing humans and bots in a fight to the finish. The main Resurgence rule set applies, so do what it takes. Drop in to warm up, teach a new player about the game, or just for a more relaxed Resurgence experience. So yeah, again, they frame this like it's supposed to be for warm up or onboarding new players. And that's how I conceived of it. But again, no one uses it that way. Or at least very few people do. Because everyone I've talked to or polled in our own community either says they pretty much exclusively play like BR casual or they don't play it at all. So yeah, it's just kind of funny they frame it this way because they probably know that like very few people use it that way. But I mean, who knows? As with BR casual, or Warzone Boot Camp, game progression is limited and results will not count toward or against your stats. It also doesn't count toward your eligibility for Resurgence ranked play. And that's pretty much all they say about it. So yeah, I don't know how many real humans will be there, and I do wonder how popular this will be. Because back in my day, when there was no casual modes at all, there were no bots in Warzone, you know, like pre-MW2, for example. The casual Warzone experience was Resurgence. Because you respawn, you get a lot of action, not that big of a map, don't have to like think too much or worry about rotates all that much. And it was the, lower stakes, more fun, or like fast paced, I guess. It was just a more casual experience. And then they added BR casual, and that's where a lot of the casual players went. So now we have Resurgence casual, and if the casual players preferred Resurgence over Big Map before any bots were in Warzone, would they still prefer it if there are bots in both Resurgence and Big Map BR? I'm not sure. And the bots respawn. This is weird, man. This is weird. Like, are you just going to be shooting bots out of the sky who auto-deploy at like 100 feet?
Well, the people who will be playing this mode won't even think to look up to do that. So we don't have to worry about that, obviously. I don't know. Because I think also casual BR is so popular because they would just get farmed before, and that's why they would just go to Resurgence, because it would take forever for them to loot. They would just die to the first team they came across. So that still might be more popular than Resurgence casual ends up being.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm very curious. And then also, if Resurgence casual does become way more popular, I wonder if like solos players will get BR solos back with real human beings. Who knows, man? So this amuses me though, because this is like double dipping in casual play. Like, BR casual is casual enough, I would think. Resurgence itself is also casual enough. So Resurgence casual, like, boy, man. I don't know. This would be the warm-up mode, though, over BR casual, if you were gonna use it that way, which no one does. Just, like, run around, kill a bunch of bots. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Ranked play Resurgence is also coming. Oh, baby. He experiences flashbacks. He recalls TTV Moon.
Yeah.
He fucking dies a lot to cheaters. Yum. So this is going to be on trios on Rebirth. Squad up in trios and compete for top placement with the return of Resurgence ranked. More words. And what they don't say here, which I think is the case, is that we're going to have both Resurgence ranked and BR ranked simultaneously. Yeah. That is interesting. And I would assume, I'd be amazed if they were not separate ratings you have. So you could, like, your rating in one mode doesn't affect the other. Which makes me wonder, who is this for? Like, I don't know anyone who preferred ranked Resurgence over ranked Big Map. So if you have the option of playing both, who the fuck's going to be playing ranked Resurgence? I'm not joking. Yeah. I literally don't know anyone.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I don't know. If you're going to play ranked, I'm not sure who preferred Resurgence. Period. I don't know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I will say more choice is almost always a good thing. So, like, giving people the option, I think, is cool. But they would have the data. So, I mean, this is probably wrong. But my impulse is to think there aren't enough people who play ranked at all to do this. Like, you're either going to have one super dead ranked mode, or 2 dead ranked modes. Because you're splitting a very small player base, ranked Warzone players, into 2, or you just add ranked Resurgence and no one plays it. So it's like I don't know. I don't get it, but I'm sure they've thought of this, so maybe I'm wrong, or maybe this will encourage some people to play ranked. And they, would rather do it on Resurgence because they're intimidated by Big Map or something.
Yeah, maybe they're feeling real confident after playing some Resurgence casual, and they say, you know what? It's time to finally try Resurgence ranked, and then they get destroyed the first match and go back to casual, obviously.
By TTV Moon in all likelihood, yeah. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, I mean, overall though, I think this is fine. Because if you have no players, take it out. Who cares? But giving people the option, I think, is a good thing, even though super not for me, obviously, yeah. So, but Warzone isn't for me, so keep that in mind as well. World Series of Warzone qualifier broadcasts.
Don't care.
Trios Verdansk. Yeah, they go into details about the World Series of Warzone shit.
The next qualifier is July 22nd, yeah.
So are there more open qualifiers? Is that what these are?
No, I think that was the only open qualifier. These ones are now qualifiers for the teams who qualified, I believe.
So, okay. But these are still online, right?
Oh, yeah. Everything's online until the LAN final, which is probably in 45, 60 days, and they haven't even announced a time or a location, a time, or a date for it, so... Which is always crazy, because how come they can't announce it earlier? Dude, you're telling me they haven't booked out a place or decided where it is. Why do they have to wait so long to announce it? I've seen so many Warzone pros complain about this. They're like, dude, there were people last year who couldn't end up going because they had prior commitments those dates, or some of them have jobs, maybe some of them going on vacations or whatnot, and they just don't give you any notice, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. They did that last year also.
Ebates or somebody comparing it to, I can't think of what game it was, but he was showing how much earlier they announced locations and dates and everything for their tournaments, and CODs is in August probably, and there's just zero info on it. It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. And yeah, they did it last year as well.
Yeah.
Just wait till the last
and
moment.
Everyone complained about it then.
So. Yeah, of course, as they should have, but no one and cares.
Then the year before, when it was in London, there were people, I think there were a select few people who could not go because they couldn't get their passport in time because they didn't know it was going to be out of country, because I'm not sure they even said it was going to be outside. They didn't even give a country.
Yeah.
So yeah, crazy stuff. They don't care at all.
They don't care at all,
obviously.
Yeah,
which is based. Yeah. They shouldn't. Don't care about competitive COD.
Yeah, abandon it. But another thing that actually will be fun to watch these things, because you can watch they're going to stream it on YouTube or Twitch or both on July 22nd, 23rd, 29th, and 30th. These are going to be fun to watch because there will be cheaters that have made it past open qualifiers. In our latest Patreon episode, we talked about one such team where this guy and his teammates qualified, and in some cheater Discord, the admin of the Discord was like, oh, congrats to our guy and us for qualifying with our cheats. And he posted a screenshot of the guy's name. So when he did that, Tanner live checked the leaderboard, which is posted, and sure enough, the guy was 23rd. His team was 23rd out of 100. Just cheating. Unless it's a false flag gay ops from some cheat Discord, which I doubt, because the person's a no one. No one's ever heard of him. He's a random. So this is just some guy who cheated and got away with it in the open qualifier. Not to mention a lot of other cheaters who were super blatantly giga rage spin wall hacking botting that had the express purpose of griefing other players. A lot of them, by the way, and it was a fiasco and a clown fiesta and a disaster. Again, and we covered all the details on this in our latest bonus app, patreon.com/thedropshot, if you want to listen to that. It's live right now, but that was just, it's crazy. Yeah, like really bad. And one thing Swag said, by the way, when we were covering it and he was talking about it, he was like, last year, the open qualifiers were actually pretty good, which I don't remember being the case, but I don't remember it being really bad last year, and he was there, so I believe it. And he's like, but this year it was just not that way at all. Like, people were named no World Series of Warzone for you, level 10, because it's easier to play World Series of Warzone open qualifiers than to play ranked play Warzone, which makes sense. It doesn't, obviously. So yeah, it's just completely insane, funny ass stuff. And the point is, there were a ton of cheaters. A lot of them were obvious because they didn't care, but a lot of them weren't obvious because they were trying to hide it, and will have made it. So watching these is going to be fun, and there's going to be a lot of drama around this with a bunch of accusations on the TL, and I am excited for it. Because last year the big drama was a cheater got caught, of course not by Activision, not by anti-cheat, not by Ricochet, not by a kernel level driver, not by AI behavior interpretation, not by a software, but rather because the guy's a fucking retard and like outed himself in Discord, basically. Like, it was just social engineering that got him banned from the tournament for cheating. It was not any preventative measure ever taken, because the devs fucking suck a lot. And the handlers and the admins, they're all ass. So watching these is going to be fun because there will be cheaters, and I'm excited for all of that. That's my favorite part of World Series of Warzone, in fact. That was certainly the most exciting thing that happened last year, because once we got to LAN, it wasn't exciting anymore. Oh, Biffle won.
Yeah, Biffle which everyone knew 6 months in advance.
And I took a bet on it, actually, and got paid. So if anyone wants to run that back, we can do that. I will bet you any amount of money Biffle's team wins the World Series of Warzone once again. So if he wins, you pay me. If literally anyone else on Earth wins, I'll pay you. So if anyone wants to take that bet, let me know in Discord. But yeah, once we got to LAN, it's just stopped being exciting, of course, because we all already knew that. And by day one, it was a foregone conclusion. They were miles ahead. Actually, they weren't. They were ahead, but it wasn't by like a mother fuckload, but by day two, they just ran away with it early.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which matters. So anyway, that's happening. Call of Duty Warzone solo playlist update. I want to read the motherfuck out of this. At the start of season 4, because there was a lot of drama around this on the timeline. It's fake drama because it's like 1% of 1% of 1% of people that actually cared. At the start of season 4, we launched a new playlist update test by introducing BR casual solos. Why did they call that a test?
Yeah, it's your playlist for that week. Don't say you're testing something.
Yeah,
if you're testing something, it would be like on a it's just say it's your playlist.
Yeah,
we tried a new playlist. Yeah.
Right, yeah. So anyway, this is driven by the overwhelming success of BR casual quads introduced in season 3, which quickly became one of the most popular modes in Warzone.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. The game's dead officially. Yeah.
We are always reviewing engagement data to make sure we're continuing to deliver optimal gameplay experiences to as many players as possible. That's short for possible. Over time, the data has shown that standard solos has underperformed compared to other playlist options. This trend has become even more pronounced following the launch of BO6, with standard solos consistently ranking at the bottom across over 20 available playlist options. In an effort to solve this, we introduced a casual version. Given the success of the casual quads format, we felt that the casual solos could offer a more approachable way to play solos. To accurately test the appeal, we removed standard solos from the live playlist. This allowed us to isolate and evaluate the impact of casual solos. Here's what we've learned. So this is actually interesting because
Yeah.
I'm curious, did casual solos get more players than regular solos? And what they learned is 3 times more players jumped into casual compared to standard solos. Yeah. PvP is dead. Multiplayer is dead. Everyone wants to play against bots. Queue times, ping stability, and other matchmaking metrics saw notable improvements, obviously. You have fewer human beings connecting to the server. No shit.
Yep.
No shit, it performs better, yeah. The mode was popular with both existing and returning players. Yeah. 3 times is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And it doesn't surprise me that much, to be honest. I'm the guy who isn't surprised of Verdansk on that information. You get it. But 3 times is a lot. Like, double maybe is what I would have expected. But triple? We're talking triplicate? It's a lot. It's not triplicate. You get it. This test not only gave us deeper insight into the viability of a casual solos experience, but also reaffirmed existing data around the low engagement of standard solos. The results show that casual fills a gap in our playlist that many players are interested in. So by the way, this is exactly what we were saying, because when they took out regular solos for casual solos, on my timeline, it sounded like the apocalypse happened. Like it's a disaster, locusts, raining fire.
Which they all deserve for playing Warzone solos. So yeah.
That's obviously true. And also, it was very misleading if you're not in the know. Like, oh wow, everyone's super mad about this. Wrong. Almost no one's mad about this. Your Super Sweat streamer Twitter timeline might be, but that is not at all representative of the average COD player, obviously. And that tracks with the fact that 3 times as many people play casual solos over real solos. So just keep that in mind, which is what we've been saying for a couple weeks now, ever since season 4 came out. And we learned that the casual player is a different breed of human. They're built different. We learned that and it just started reevaluating everything. And this is one of the many things since then we've been telling you to reevaluate is you can't gauge the temperature or attitude of the COD player base based on COD Twitter. They are totally unrelated. They are unrelated. So if everyone's mad about a new season on Twitter, you might assume COD players are mad about the new season. Wrong, idiot. Stupid fuck idiot. That has nothing to do. It is unrelated. It is completely unrelated to what the average COD player feels or thinks. So
J-Rock's been right the whole time.
This is why, yes, he has. This is why it seems like they've been ignoring what we say or our feedback for 5 years. That's because they are. But our feedback, COD Twitter feedback, is a tiny minority of the actual player base. So they're not ignoring your feedback. They're just, well, they are, because they're listening to the feedback instead of the casual players, which is nested in data. Because the casual player doesn't actually talk to the devs. They don't care enough. So yeah, pretty funny, but makes sense. And you just can't believe COD Twitter when it comes to these things. So like, yeah, the World Series of Warzone shit. Complete nightmare, disaster, clown fiesta. Average COD player doesn't know what the World Series of Warzone is. That's why they don't care. That's why it's in shambles, just like it was last year, or at least with the scheduling. And just like it will be next year if there is a World Series of Warzone. So, hope that helps. Let's see. The next step in our test, which launches today, is to make both modes available. Okay, to further observe player preference. This side-by-side is an important part of our ongoing effort to refine our playlist experience. We'll share more results from this test at a later date. So I will be fairly interested to look at that, but I don't think the results are going to be much different than what they already have. Although this is a different test, obviously. If you have both available, you're really going to see most here.
Oh, I'm gonna
people's preference lies.
We're both doing the AFK strat all night long while we're sleeping and queuing for casual solos just to skew the numbers even more to make sure that regular solos never come back. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
That's what the fuck we're doing. You know what's funny is I feel like a year ago or something around there at some point we recorded like a Patreon episode, or like maybe it's just a question we had where we talked in length about like the future of gaming, and we talked about like VR and everything. Now we know what it is. The future of gaming is just not playing against other humans in PvP games ever again. That's what it is.
Correct. Yeah.
And we didn't even think about that. So there it is. We have the answer now. Yeah, you won't see another human in a PvP shooter again in 5 years.
I think more specifically what's going to happen is we're going to go really hard on this like people versus AI thing. And then there's going to be like a revolt online, and people are going to be like, bring back real multiplayer games. Grr.
Yeah.
And then some company, probably owned by Tencent or another Chinese corporation, will flagship the next evolution in gaming after that revolt happens, which will be, hey guys, come play our game where you play against, wink, wink, real humans. Yeah. And they're going to be AI, but they're going to behave similarly to real people who are worse than you are, and they're not going to tell you that they're bots. So you're going to think you're fucking nuts, the best Chi-Com Slop 8 player who's ever booted the game, because you're frying bots who behave like human beings that are just 30% worse than you are. So it feels like it's real. The game will lie to you and tell you that it's real, but it won't be real. That's where I see this going. That's where this is going. But gone are the days soon of people playing against other real people. Yeah. The next like Arena 6's shooter in 20 years is going to be made by some indie dev who's like 60 and is like, man, I do miss playing against actual real people. But it won't be a Call of Duty title anymore. It won't be some behemoth like we have now. It won't be Battlefield. It'll be some indie dev.
Yeah.
Where 3 people have $20 to make a game, and it will never be popular again. Yeah. So we're heading there.
Yeah.
And once we do, we have jumped off of the cliff.
I mean, at this point, they should almost just somehow create offline Warzone. Just let casuals fucking somehow co-op only with their friends. Well, I guess that would have to be online. Just let them play solo again in a normal BR match. That's basically what they're doing already, you know? Offline Warzone coming 2026 confirmed.
Could be.
Yeah.
So anyway, I mean, and we might be sounding negative. That's because we are, but my negativity these days is directed at the average COD player, not at the devs. This is what the devs should be doing, dude. If you have triple the number of people playing solos version A versus B, you should have version A in instead, obviously. That's what people want. That's what like your player base wants. That's what they should do. It's just a real shame that that's what most people want, in my opinion. But what do I know? Nothing we've learned from season 4. Anyway, now onto general content. So this is going to be like guns and stuff. So this is multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. Okay, so we're getting an Olympia, which is a vertical double barrel shotgun, looks like.
It's a shotgun.
Yeah. Okay.
And a pickaxe. Nice.
And a Red Rebel. So we're getting one new weapon that'll fucking suck. Yeah. Got it. I fucking got
Cell Shaded Rebirth, though. Oh, we got some weapon attachments.
Got it.
One of these will be good. Let's see. Oh, the SVD full auto mod. You can turn your SVD sniper rifle to full auto. That'll be good. It won't.
It will be awful, yeah.
It'll be so terrible.
I think some or maybe all of these things, actually not all, but like this SVD full auto thing, I'm 90% sure was in the
this was all
season
talked about 4
in the blog post. Yeah. That'll be awful. The TR2 CQB auto conversion makes the TR2 full auto. Probably won't be good, but at least it has some potential in theory, at least, because you're making a non-full auto gun full auto. That's the only way I'd ever want to change a fire mode, by the way. Obviously. Who's bought a fucking M4 full auto and was like, man, I really wish I could just make this semi. Hey, all of them already can do that. It doesn't make sense to sack an attachment slot for it. It's so dumb. Whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no new guns really, and then no real attachments. There's a very outside chance the TR2 full auto thing will be good, but I actually thinking about it, I'm not sure if we've literally ever since 2019 had a gun that was not full auto, that you could make full auto, be meta for anything. I don't think it's ever happened. Because, like, in theory,
yeah,
if I can make... Actually, no. Yeah, I can't think of anything. There might have been something, maybe, but I can't think of anything. Certainly not for Warzone.
Are you talking about, like, turning, like, a marksman rifle into a full auto or something?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's not what he's talking about, Jakin. So, yeah, I don't think something like that has ever been good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's... And you would think it would be, you know?
Well, it's just one of those things where how... That's on the line of it's either unusable or it's overpowered and ruins the game and they have to nerf it quickly. That's why they just shouldn't even waste their times with it. Because how do you balance a full auto sniper? What do you do?
Yeah,
you know,
right,
it's
exactly.
difficult to do, so don't even waste your fucking time. It's kind of crazy to think about how much time is wasted every year on them adding shit in like this that does not get used at all, ever, by anybody. I mean, nobody uses some of the stuff they add. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right, though. Like, yeah, what gun that isn't already full auto could you make full auto without having it be fucking busted, overpowered? Because, yeah, like, it's either going to be insanely OP or it's going to be dog shit. Or it's going to be, like, just good enough, but then you might as well use another gun so you don't have to waste the attachment slot. Like the Growl, Slade Scarata just said. Yeah, like, you're right. That makes a burst gun full auto. Oh, and
it did get better.
Yeah, it was still burst, like, though, to start.
It was never really super meta, and that's in large part also due to the fact that you're wasting an attachment slot on it. So it's like, at that point, yeah, just, like, don't waste your time doing it, man.
That is also one of those things
possible, but they just don't usually do them.
If they didn't name that the Growl conversion kit and it was instead called, like, something else full auto conversion kit, it also would have been used, like, 10% of the amount it was.
True. Yeah.
People are just like, oh, the Growl is back. The Growl is back.
Yeah. So, anyway, whatever. Regardless, there you go. All right, and then some Season 4 Reloaded events. Beavis and Butthead. So yeah, Beavis and Butthead's coming to Warzone. We talked about that already a little bit, but for those of you who are not 40 years old, these were, like, naughty cartoon characters.
We don't have listeners under 40, so it doesn't matter. Everyone who listens to our podcast knows exactly who Beavis and Butthead is.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Except for Agent.
Except for Agent. So Agent, imagine South Park level humor, but not nearly as funny. That's like how adult it was, though. That's Beavis and Butthead. Yeah, awful, not funny cartoons. Really bad. But anyway, yeah, they're coming to. Really bad stuff. Yeah, they're coming to fucking War fucking Zone. So the two biggest idiots in animation are getting off the couch and joining the fight. Wow, that's crazy.
Is that what it says? That's funny, yeah.
That's fucking crazy. Okay, and then some more details that don't matter. Okay.
What's this street jockey? Is this a real thing, or is this like something, or is this just something they made up? Does this have meaning to it? I think it's just something they made up, right?
No idea what that is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, a jockey's is a little person who rides horses, and the skin has a horse head. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
That's one of the questions.
Yeah.
So whatever. Some
and that's
thing.
Off-World Sovereign Reactive Ultra Skin.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck, that looks dumb.
And then of course upgrade to
Milsim.
Black Ops, and then give us Black Cell or whatever. That's Season 4 Reloaded, man. So by the way, you know what surprised me the most from this?
Update. Huh.
No map changes at all.
Didn't even think about that. Yeah. And I think we had said that in Season 4 that, like, if they're going to make more map changes, I think they would maybe tell us now. I mean, we got the Overlook, so I guess that's enough for a season. Yeah, I mean, is the stadium opening in Season 5? Nobody knows.
Right.
I thought it would be open in Season 3 Reloaded, so I don't know.
Exactly. And that's the point I will once again make, is that we were told, like, oh yeah, we're remastering Verdansk and we're going to do the map changes we did before, and also some like new ones. But I think that will happen, but I don't think we're getting any like new map changes until the next integration. Like months and months. So if you're bored of Verdansk, or you're bored of, like, you know, what you've already seen before, you will continue to be for 6 more months minimum. That seems almost certain to me now. Because yeah, like Season 5 will get stadium opening, but we've seen that before. And then maybe we'll get something Season 5 Reloaded as a map change. Probably not. And then Season 6, no one will be playing, but they will do like Salt Mine instead of Quarry, which again we've already seen, or the boat by Prison, which we've already seen. And then any new map changes are not going to be coming until next year. And on top of that, what else can you expect? Goofy LTMs, goofy operator skins from goofy franchises you don't care about, and ineffectual weapons or melee weapons. Yeah. And that's kind of it. So again, just to reiterate, if you're bored of Warzone now, it will not get better until next year, period. There's not going to be any big, huge map change. There's not going to be a different map either, by the way. Nothing. Like, it's just going to be like small iterative changes to the game. That's really good when the game is really fun. That's kind of what happened when MW3 was the game. They did some shit, I think, actually. We got like Fortune's Keep, I believe, the remaster. Awful remaster during MW3. So maybe that doesn't totally stand. But for a lot of MW3, we didn't really get any huge changes. Like, certainly not to big map. But the core game, for me anyway, was really, really good and fun. So it was okay. It's like, give us some new weapons. Do some fucking buffs and nerfs. Maybe a new perk that no one will use here and there. Whatever. Yeah. The gameplay's really fun, so this is fine. But like, if that's not where you're at, yikes for you. And that's me. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'd continue down the trend that we were on of the lowest player counts ever if casual didn't exist at this point. That's just, but that's keeping it alive and well. And that's what their numbers are definitely telling them. So, yeah,
exactly. Yeah, which is why they're not worried at all. So that's Season 4 Reloaded. When is this happening, by the way?
Next week.
Next Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
On Wednesday. Okay, cool. Didn't ask. All right, now. I was crying laughing to myself, by the way, when I hit that guy with that in that Twitch chat. Oh my God. I was watching some Arena Breakout Infinite streamer, and he was using an AR that had a top-loaded like P90 mag. It was running like P90 rounds. I was like, why the fuck would you? I'd never seen that before. It's good ammo. So I was like, what the fuck? What gun is this? And then someone told me a fake gun. They said like AR-12. I guess that's not, or no, AR-57. That's like not real. There's something similar, I think, called an AR-12 in real life. But anyway, whatever. He answered me and I immediately hit him into his chat with a didn't ask after I just asked, right? And then fucking 3 people immediately lost their minds. You literally just asked. And it was in text.
It's the
like you can see it. Fuck,
it's like the
so
FSS
funny.
Hurricane from COD. That's okay. That's what I figured you were talking about. Yeah, it's just the Hurricane.
Oh yeah,
the MW2 gun. That's exactly what it is. And that's, I guess, a real AR-57 is a real. That's the actual name of the gun.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, whatever it's called in game isn't the name of the one in real
and
life.
It uses,
yeah,
because it uses that ammo of that 5.7 rounds fired and standard P90 magazines. Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I knew that was a real gun. Yeah.
It's used in the Venezuelan crisis, and I'm a geopolitical expert. I know what that is. I know what the crisis is in Venezuela. So.
DMZ, man, you excited for DMZ?
Anyway,
got a couple leaks here.
New DMZ leaks have surfaced.
It's really nothing. It's really nothing too exciting, but there's not much else to talk about.
Well,
so
we're getting some crazy shit in DMZ according to these leaks.
Yeah.
And
so DMZ is next year.
As follows.
By the way.
Okay.
DMZ is next year. Don't forget that, guys. This is not coming out this year. So dynamic weather: fog, light and heavy rain, light and heavy snow, and wind.
Okay.
We'll see about all that. They're not going to do snow. If they do, it's just going to be snowing, but nothing will pile up on the ground.
100%.
So that's how that will work. Or, I guess, no, it's not going to be on the ground. They're not going to put all that work into it. Unless that's the big thing for COD next year that we wouldn't expect is Warzone is going to have different weather patterns, unlike just the fog lifting and.
That's what I was going to say is
maybe that could be the big thing for Warzone. It's like one match next year. Maybe they are actually putting a ton of time into that. You could have a snowy match, and then your next match is sun. The next match is rain. That could be kind of interesting. I mean, overall, I wouldn't like it for a PvP battle royale, but don't forget, guys, there's the PvP aspect is dead. We'll all be playing casual. So, yeah, snow would be cool. I've been waiting for snow in a game like this for a long time. I love that. Does API have snow like Tarkov or no?
No, at least not right now. They're doing a lot to it, so at some point they will. Yeah. What I was gonna say is like dynamic weather. So this either like barely matters, is bad, or is really good. And I think the way Tarkov does it is like my favorite version. It's not dynamic in that way though. Like, so Tarkov does have dynamic weather. You load into a raid, it can be snowy, or excuse me, it can be sunny or like raining basically. Or night or day.
Or just cloudy, yep. Yeah.
Or cloudy or whatever. Which is cool, and that's what dynamic weather means, but whatever. That's not like that big of a deal. Although again, I think that can be kind of cool. But the cooler thing Tarkov started doing later was like in the fall, in real life, they would do like a fall update to all of their maps. So then the map would be like autumn leaves on the ground, like it doesn't snow, but there's still dynamic weather. So it could be like sunny, overcast, or raining even, but like it wouldn't be able to snow because it's like fall or whatever. Something like that. And like, yeah, the whole map would look different. Like there'd be a lot of, or there'd be some green, but some dead shit. And then in winter, they would do like, all right, we're doing the winter update. And now all the maps, there's always snow on the ground.
Yep.
Sometimes it's snowing, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's sunny, but it's still like snowy on the ground. Your footsteps make different noises. So it had dynamic weather on top of like the seasonal weather shit. That was cool. That is cool. That's really cool. Yeah. I really like that. It adds a motherfuckload of immersion.
Yeah, because it's like basically 4 times a year, the maps change. Because it's like during summer, all the brush is mostly dead. So like those certain bushes that people rat in like the spring, they're full, and then in summer they're dead. So you can't just be sitting in a bush like that anymore. And then in winter too, all those are obviously dead and it's covered in snow and stuff. But
yeah.
So that would be actually really fun if we saw that in Call of Duty.
So we won't.
Hope that helps. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So next, several new infill methods. That's what they're saying. So vehicle, helicopter, AC-130, or quote standard. So standard, like in DMZ before, it just randomly spawned you somewhere on the map, in an area, and then you started running away. I don't think this means maybe what people would think. I bet vehicle, it's like, does it just spawn you in a vehicle somewhere so you could just immediately start driving? I don't know how that would work.
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure.
Trying to think how you would do that, and it's like AC-130. I mean, I guess they just mean jumping out of a plane.
But then why have that and a helicopter? Yeah, I think it's kind of dumb. Yeah. This sems like it's really two infill methods. Wrong. You either infill from the sky, so you can choose like where you go, which is cool. Or standard / vehicle, where you spawn with or without a vehicle. Who would not spawn with the vehicle? Like whatever. So yeah, like I don't think this matters very much. But maybe it could. The main thing I'd be wondering is what's the difference between helicopter and AC-130? Because yeah, they both imply you're in the sky, you're not flying it, and then you jump out and parachute. So, but like, is one a halo jump and one isn't? I don't know.
I think DMZ should just have a Warzone type helicopter where you jump out of it and land where you want. But I think the average DMZ player would not like that, because then you'd have people landing on you right away, just trying to purposely get you out of the match, and they would hate that.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
that's
they
true.
Won't be doing it. Hope that helps. And then the last thing, doesn't matter. Certain POIs will have an extreme difficulty. Okay. But yeah, the dynamic weather there is the interesting one, because we could potentially see snow, rain, any of that in Warzone even. And if there's a studio that would do something like that, it would be Infinity Ward.
It would be Infinity Ward getting Mixy. Yeah, that's true.
They'd be the one to get Mixy, make a terrible... They would do a terrible job implementing it. Everybody would hate it, and they would leave it in the game to like season 4.
Yep.
And then change it a little bit.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So
the
by
fog's
the way,
lifting on Vondel. By the way, I can't see 20 feet in front of me.
Right. Yeah. 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 Bring back Vondel. So my thought is, okay, cool. None of this sounds that great or groundbreaking, though. Like, even the dynamic weather in the best case scenario, like, that would not make DMZ fun, based on the DMZ we had. So let's gauge what the COD Twitter thinks of this, or DMZ Twitter, I should say. Jesus fuck, please bring back DMZ. I haven't touched COD in a year. I'd be back on that hoe every day if they bring back DMZ. Got it.
Cool.
I'm surprised this guy isn't playing BR casual. Let's just skip the next dogshit Treyarch game. Reset everything again, skip to this game, and have the exact same movement of MW19 with all the fast and slow parts of the game, which is tuned perfectly. Wow. And most importantly, MW19 weapon handling and gunplay. Not the worst tweet I've ever seen, to be honest. Don't agree with all of it, but...
Terrible tweet, yeah.
DMZ 1 is still really good right now, not gonna lie. Just hit 8,000 hours. What? I'm ready for DMZ 2.0. I'll even pay for it.
Based.
I don't know if I believe that. 8,000 hours of DMZ? So what did he do for 7,995 hours once he'd done all of the DMZ content there is?
Let's see if he has any DMZ clips on his Twitter. He doesn't.
I don't think he knows how to clip anything, yeah.
He's got a bunch of like AI images of Trump and Elon Musk. So.
Got it. Yeah.
And yeah, okay. Bunch of very political memes. Interesting. Yeah, he's the type of guy. Looking at his profile, he has 8,000 hours on DMZ. I just confirmed
that is so
myself.
Many hours, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You have played the fuck out of a game if you hit 1,000 hours.
I just need you to hear his hashtags, by the way, in his profile. Hashtag made by Google. Hashtag Team Pixel. Hashtag Google. Hashtag Android, and here we go. Hashtag Trump.
Got it.
And his location is Communist America. He's a DMZ main. Yeah, we've confirmed that. He's an 8,000 hour DMZ
That
player.
guy is a certified
Mentally
8,000 hour DMZ player. Yeah.
So they exist.
And then one more selection. I'd like one more passage I'd like to read you guys here. DMZ was really good when it first came out until players started comping the extraction areas. Then when they let 4-man squads recruit, okay, this is kind of base, recruit 2 more for 6-man squads, that killed it altogether.
That made
The
it more
new
fun to fight.
DMZ, they have to keep up the updates on it and keep it fresh, just saying. So this guy really liked DMZ, except for the part where there were other real human beings who could shoot at him.
Let's go to his profile.
That's his only complaint about DMZ was the other real people. This is why BR Casual is so popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a DMZ player. I've confirmed this from also looking at his Twitter profile. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
His pronouns are bro, dude, he says. DMZ main. Yeah, he wants to only fight bots. He doesn't ever want to see another human in his video game again.
So, I mean, we have lots of complaints about DMZ, and fucking none of them were getting extract camped. That like, it had nothing to do with it. We wanted to see more real players, if anything. But again, we're in the huge minority. So, anyway. Yeah, no real substantive DMZ leaks there, but let's move on. We got one more thing here. I wanted to talk about this because it amuses me. Oh, there was another thing. That's what you deleted. Splitgate 2, the devs. The Splitgate 2 devs laid off a bunch of people, and the 2 CEOs like took a break or whatever. And I thought we would cover it. Or we should cover it. Because let's see.
Go back here.
I want to find this because it's actually really funny. Actually, let me just go. Charlie Intel. The reason I want to bring this up, number one, it's just funny, but number two is because there was all that drama we talked about last week or the week before surrounding the Splitgate 2 devs and like beefing with some COD dev or whatever. And I want to see, here we go. So Charlie Intel tweeted this 5 days ago. Splitgate 2 developers 1047 Games have laid off an unspecified number of staff this week. The 2 CEOs of the studio have also paused their own salary as they work on perfecting the gameplay. We are committed to building this game for the long haul.
Your game's dead. I don't know why you made it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So the 1047 Games, the Splitgate devs, posted this somewhere. Truth Social, maybe. I don't recognize it. Today we parted ways with a small group of valued team members. We're still perfecting the gameplay experience in response to feedback. We're sad to see our teammates go. And we are actively working to help them secure new ops opportunities.
You're not. Shut up. You're not.
And then our co-founders opted not to take salaries as we lock in to deliver the next phase of the project. So a couple things to keep in mind. Number one, the co-founders, or at least one of them, so probably both of them, are profoundly generationally wealthy.
Yeah, they didn't need to take a salary ever. Yeah, ever.
Yeah. This is a passion project from some guy who has lots of money. Good for him. His family's rich. And he made Splitgate 1, and it seems like it failed catastrophically because it was an arena shooter. And then when Splitgate 2 came out, Tanner and I were like, how'd they do that? How'd they make money in Splitgate 1? So Tanner looked it up. Oh, okay. It's because the founder is the son of the fucking CEO of Intuit or some shit. Some like Fortune 500 company. Oh, okay. I understand it now. He didn't need money. So that explains it. And that explained also why the Splitgate official Twitter account was like very unprofessionally throwing shots at COD and shit. Now, both of the games fucking suck. So just kind of funny to watch them fight each other. But it seems like Splitgate 2 is not coming out ahead on this one. Because I think he had said,
it's
which
DOA.
COD? do you guys make? I forget. They all look the same or whatever. So he's being a little snarky, little silly Sally. And this is his comeuppance, which everyone saw coming. Because Splitgate 2, again, it's mostly just an arena shooter. They had a BR mode. That was their best effort. That's what they needed to try, but it isn't good. So the game sucks. So they have to lay people off because they can't afford more, obviously. And it's funny.
And don't forget, we confirmed it was going to be a bad game because of how much Isaac was hyping it up. Guess who probably hasn't played it since day 2? Iceman Isaac, because he's a fake, phony pussy. Keep that in mind.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Unsurprising. Yeah. So. And yeah, the top comment, of course, on this was a pretty good idea to advertise your own game with trashing COD. This is on Charlie Intel's tweet, to be fair. But make FPS great again fires people.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I mean, that kid can he can go on a lavish vacation 2 weeks out of the month for 30 years straight, and his father wouldn't even see the dent that he made in his generational wealth. So he doesn't need a salary, obviously.
Yeah. So.
Obviously.
I just thought I'd point this out, but yeah, Splitgate 2 is, I mean, trash, of course. But again, at least they tried with a BR mode. That was their only shot. And then other game. This is a successful game, on the other hand.
That's Fortnite. Yep.
This is from Fortnite Competitive. So it's an official Fortnite account for the comp scene. You know what? While we're here, COD Competitive.
They have one.
Okay, well, let's see. Do they?
Yes, it's COD League. It's for multiplayer, obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
it's at COD League.
Okay, so none for Warzone though. $1 million tournament. There might be one for Warzone.
By the way, hold on. The at COD League Twitter has existed since 2011, and they have 1.5 million followers. The Fortnite competitive one has existed for 7 less years, and it has 1 million more followers. Because nobody cares about Call of Duty competitive. Yeah, obviously.
Because, you don't need to follow that to play BR Casual. So anyway, Fortnite Competitive tweeted, this was yesterday, the judge ruled in our favor because Fortnite filed a lawsuit against a player who cheated in one of their tournaments. The judge ruled in our favor after the cheater ignored our lawsuit, slammed. The player is required to pay $175,000. Wow. And we will donate what we collect to charity. They are also banned from playing Fortnite forever. This is so based. Yeah. I'm a lover of this tweet and this precedent. Yeah. Take his ass to court. Take his bitch ass to court. That's hilarious. W. This is funny. It amuses me. And it makes me deeply satisfied. It gives me warm and also fuzzy feelings inside, knowing that some guy cheated at an event, got caught, and now owes almost 200,000 United States dollars to Tencent or whatever company owns fucking Fortnite that doesn't need the money at all.
Yeah,
they don't care at all. That's why they're donating it all to charity. Oh, we don't need that. We're making 175,000 United States dollars every 20 seconds on microtransactions. We don't care about the money. We just want you specifically to not have it. And I hope that helps. This is fantastic news. It's great news. I'm a lover of this. And I wish more companies would do it. I really do.
Yeah, no, this is super based.
But that would be contingent on the company catching the person cheating so that they could sue them, which COD could never. So. Yeah. But this is funny.
No, this is great. There are a lot of like Warzone pros commenting on this, and they're like, COD could never. I wish Activision would do something like this. But yeah, it's really interesting that Fortnite can just waste so much time and money doing this just to prove a point, and COD can't do anything. But the kid just ignored the lawsuit. Yeah, that was the other thing. He just simply
I guess it depends where he lives, actually. Like, if he lived out of the United States, I'd ignore it.
He might be in, like, South America or something.
How are they going to collect his name if he does live in South America?
They probably won't. Sebastian Arahu. Let's look him up. Probably lives in LA, actually.
Okay.
I don't know what it says.
Yeah, I don't know. So, like, yeah, and by the way, I don't know anything about the cheater, but this undoubtedly 17-year-old does not have 175 grand to pay. Like, I don't know. If he's American, they could garnish his wages, which would take a long time.
He's American.
Yeah. And he does not have that much money. I don't know how it works. I'm not a lawyer. But I think what they could do is like, all right,
California, I told you.
You called it, yeah. We're going to garnish LA County for sure. We're going to garnish your Alhambra wages
You're
until...
right. Long Beach, just outside of Long Beach.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, that tracks.
That makes sense.
We're going to garnish your wages until you've paid them back. Yeah. So for fucking 10 years, this guy's going to have fucking lawsuit debt. It's like, oh man, I've almost got my debt paid off. Oh, you go to med school or something? No, I cheated in a Fortnite.
Yeah, that's...
So I had to make fucking installments to Epic Games.
I wonder how these
stuff.
usually work. Like, how long does this guy have to pay this off? How do they work with all that?
I don't know.
Because he's never going to pay it, but what are they going to, It's like, are they going to put in more work to get him to pay it? I don't know. It's a good point to make, though, for them that they went out of their way to do this more than anything. And it kind of sounds like they know they're not going to get the money because they said, we'll donate what we collect to charity.
Right.
They know they're not getting more than like $500, but it's great that they did all this.
It's still a pain in the ass for the guy. Like, even if they're not going to garnish wages, I don't know if they could. I'm not, again,
I mean,
I'm not a
he's probably
lawyer.
going to actually try to kill himself or something. So,
well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. If you're trying to cheat at LAN events or Fortnite events, then I mean, you're already severely depressed, obviously. So we'll see. And then Epic
I think he's
Games
in our
can
chat right now,
sue
'cause
his
somebody-
estate. So his parents are going to be burying their son in a closed casket because he shot his fucking head off. And then Epic Games is going to show up to the wake and say, "We're sorry for your loss. You've been served. Your estate now owes us the 175,000 United States dollars outstanding that your son owed to our company for cheating," which is why he killed himself. See ya. And then hit the gritty. I saw I saw this is just fine. I saw Twitter or a Twitter. I'm 70. And it was like there was this 10-year-old kid with like autism or something that's been like lost in the woods for 2 days. And they finally found him using thermal imaging on rescue choppers. And when they found him, he was standing in the woods at 2 a.m. alone, hitting the gritty. I swear to God, and attached to it was the video of the kid on thermal, like an AC-130 thermal imaging with the crosshair and everything. It looked exactly the same. And there's some kid hitting the gritty. I don't know if it's real, but I was laughing so hard.
Oh, yeah.
Really funny stuff. Really good stuff. The caption was so well written on it. God damn it, it was funny. Yeah. Really good stuff. And the kid's fine.
Yeah.
According to the story.
This might be real. It kind of seems
It seemed
like
real.
Yeah. Yeah, this is funny.
It's insane. Imagine a 10-year-old at 2 a.m. in the woods, no one's around. Like, you can see it with thermal imaging. No one's around except him, and he's hitting the grid.
He's just vibing. He's just
by
vibing
himself. It's like, what the fuck? Oh. How does this happen? That is a new level of autism, because holy shit. How are you not, like, shitting your pants? I don't know. Anyway, fucking based 10-year-old. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the last thing we covered it on Patreon, so we're not really gonna talk about it now. But the World Series of Warzone was a fucking disaster. Cheaters all over. Fuck ass tournament. Yeah. Really bad stuff. In complete shambles. And we talked about it on Patreon, so not really gonna talk more about it here. But it was a mess, and everyone who participated or cares was really upset, which again represents 1/1000th of 1% of the player base. So that's why COD doesn't care and won't ever address it.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, we will see you guys on Saturday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be praised with a gifted sub as well. Thank you also, big giant fucking dog. Sorry. Appreciate that gifted sub, King. Thank you. And yeah, we'll see you guys Saturday for an episode in which we will talk about things.
Yeah, a lot of things. Same thing with the Patreon episode tomorrow that we're recording. A lot of things that we know we're going to talk about. We'll be talking
We're
about.
experts on talking about things.
Yeah.
Activision does fucking suck.